did you hear that new Weeknd Dirty Diana remix? Oh my God, he sounds just like Michael Jackson. He's so good. And I was like, what the And then like, bro, when I listened to that, it was pure garbage. And I don't care what anybody says.
Good luck.
We won't be long.
Right.
Nigga, I'm not listening to that fucking dude, bro. Nigga, that shit is never gonna happen. I'm glad you missing that shit, bro. I'm never going to listen to the Weeknd ever. There's only one song that I like by the Weeknd, and I forgot what that shit is called. And that shit is old as fuck. That shit is like from like 2011. I forgot what it was called. I forgot the name of that song. But it was before like he was really famous though. I'm not falling for that Weeknd propaganda. Nope, I am not. That nigga in his weird ass fucking concerts. Even Beyonce. Freemason by Rick Ross is my favorite song. By Rick Ross. Cause yo, like, to be honest with you, his music is just not my cup of tea. This is not my cup of tea. You know, I don't, like artists that just, just are fucking weirdos. And to me, he's weird. Like, Tyler, the Creator's a weird nigga, but like, I could actually rock with his music. The Weeknd, no, absolutely not. And I feel like The Weeknd and Miguel sound exactly alike. I feel like they're like the same. Think about it. Like, really put that in your mind. And what's his name? And the Weeknd and Miguel are very similar. No, he's not, bro. No, he's not. Stop it. Like, I know you like him. That's fine. But don't compare this nigga to Michael Jackson, Wonder, Bobby Brown, none of that. No artist of today compares to artists of yesterday. I'm sorry, they just don't. Not nigga, I'm not listening to that shit. You're gonna have to cash out your money to listen to that bullshit, bro. If you can get Lori Harvey to call me, then yeah, I'll listen to a whole album if you can get Lori Harvey to call my phone, bro. Lori Harvey, Justine Skye, get one of them to call my phone. And then I'll listen to any album you want. Get one of them chicks to call me. Do that, I got you. If she asked me or one of those two asked me, yes, absolutely I would. Yes, absolutely I would.
Come on. Can I find
in my spare time? No, I'm sorry. I can't. She's literally legit like the most like beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life. This nigga got too much all-time music for the slander. Maybe he does. I don't know, but that ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my goddamn business. If I meet her, she gotta find me attractive. You said, wait, why don't you like him?
I do. That just popped out.
So, all right. So I'm gonna give you the story, which if I didn't already give you that story before. The reason why I don't like this dude is because there was a time years ago where he did that corny, whack-ass Dirty Diana remix, and everybody was coming to me like, yo, Dimitri, yo, did you hear that new Weeknd Dirty Diana remix? Oh my God, he sounds just like Michael Jackson. He's so good. And I was like, what the fuck? And then like, bro, when I listened to that shit, it was pure garbage. And I don't care what anybody says. And then mind you, this dude that I used to hang out with, this nigga tried to debate me so hard, just like you. This nigga tried so hard to debate me about that shit, and it legit pissed me off. I beat him in the debate because he was trying to be like, yeah, the Weeknd is better than Michael Jackson. It was so long. I think that conversation had to have been like whenever that shit came out. And then from that day on, I was like, yo, I will forever hate that nigga, and I will never listen to that nigga's music outside of that one song that I heard prior to that shit. Because my thing is, I don't mind like a remix if it's like you're taking the song and you're making it your own, like She Ain't You by Chris Brown. That's okay. Like, I don't mind that. But if you literally try to like carbon copy somebody else's shit and then like everybody's on your dick like, oh yeah, this is so good. Nah, I'm not rocking with that shit, bro. Whitney Houston is widely recognized. Fuck Bruno Mars. Fuck him too. Them niggas are not his students, bro. Stop it. Or you can say Chris Brown. Because I like Chris Brown. I don't have any problem with Chris Brown. No problem with Chris Brown. Just put that on wax. I don't have a problem with Chris Brown. But The Weeknd and Bruno Mars, nah, fuck that. I will say, like, Ralph Tresvant to me is a student of Michael Jackson. Usher is a student of Michael Jackson. Chris Brown is a student of Michael Jackson. Okay, like those are guys, like just like how Prince is a student of James Brown. Michael Jackson is a student of James Brown. they're black. You see the correlation between the two. Performance style, music, all of that. Bruno Mars, one, he's not black. Two, his music is just black music, and then people like it because it's black music from someone who's not black. The whole reason why Elvis Presley was successful is, if this is true, he would go to the black clubs, watch all the black people, and then go to the studio and copy every single thing that he saw them doing, and people liked it because it was a white person putting out black music. It's the same thing with Bruno Mars. It's the same thing with Bruno Mars. If a black person came out with that same type of music, no one would care. No one would care. And Chris Brown even said that. He was like,
I mean, everybody gonna be like, oh, pull a race card. Man, y'all know this music industry. It's 1935. Right.
You know what's funny, man?
It's just a different face.
Right.
People don't speak up and say how it is, but you know, you got us that I can go and make a R&B song that's just like, okay, that's the best I heard, but it's gonna go so far on rhythmic.
Right.
Maybe touch, you know, a top 40 station, but you get another artist, different color, sing it. It's the newest generation of music. Like, oh my God, it's so innovative. What for?
Right.
Why? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not a hater because I love their music too. But it is what it is. You see the difference? Look at the Grammys.
and Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis said the same thing.
I just think it's like I tell some artists, the older artists, when they try to do things that are outside their realm. They try to be too this or too that, too young, to whatever. I say, you know, you can make a song that would appeal to my daughter. My daughter would never like the song because you did it. Because you don't appeal to her. There's a visual appeal.
Let's say Fine China, right? That song is probably one of like the closest songs that Chris Brown has made that's kind of like a Michael Jackson type song. Kind of, right? Because that was the whole thing that he was going for. And he even said, like, that song is only going to go but so far, you know, on the charts and shit like that. But he said, yo, if you give it to Justin Bieber, you give that same song to Justin Timberlake, that shit is going to go through the fucking roof. If let's say Chris Brown came out with Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake years ago, no one would have cared. No one would have cared. But because it was a white person that did it, everyone cared about the shit. His voice is not a carbon copy of Michael Jackson's, so stop that shit. Nigga, that's one. On top of his music, Give Me Mercy, which sounds like a mix of Africa, Heal the World, Liberian Girl, Human Nature, the numerous post-disco songs he got, like Wake Me Up, Give Me One Solid Chance to Convince You. Nigga, like I already told you. Lori, all right, I'm gonna put the names down so you know who to look for. Lori Harvey. Give me one of those 5 girls. Bring them here. Spam their DMs. You're like, yo, my boy, you need some inspiration. I'll listen. Mind you, bro, I swear I will listen to all his albums back to back to back. You get me one of those. One of those. There's only a chick that I like. Like, she would have to, if I'm dating her, and she's like, yeah, I love The Weeknd, I'll listen to it for her. I'll definitely listen to it for her. No, he's not. Because yo, like, Chris Brown is actual like entertainer. Like Chris Brown, in my opinion, and by no means am I saying Chris Brown is the next Michael Jackson. But if we're talking about someone who is like what you would consider to be a student, Chris Brown does the same thing. Chris Brown will give you a full show. There's no way, and I've never even heard of people saying that The Weeknd can dance and shit like that. He's a singer. He's a singer. That's like Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a singer. She wasn't an entertainer. At least not really. Like, that's what I'm saying. Janet Jackson is an entertainer because she wasn't the best singer, but she can sing and dance. You see what I'm saying? It's like New Edition, they're entertainers because they could sing, they could dance. And if I'm not mistaken, you know, Chris Brown can write and produce too. What do you think about Tevin Campbell? You know what's funny? I feel like, and this is, I'm gonna make a correlation. Tevin Campbell is a pure example of a guy who had an insane voice. This fucking guy's voice was crazy. And you want to talk about like someone who could have been that? Tevin Campbell, because Tevin Campbell was the voice of Powerline in Goofy Movie. And that's like, honestly, when I was very little, I could have sworn that was Michael Jackson that was singing for a little while until like obviously I knew it wasn't him. But if Tevin Campbell could dance just as well as he could sing, he would have been bigger. He would have been huge. You know, but his problem was that I don't think he had the right songwriters and producers behind him that really understood the task of writing songs for a guy like that. Because the whole power line thing is a pure example that he should have been singing pop songs. Don't just give an artist like that Can We Talk. No, you got to give him pop records too. Bro, that's not, I'm not talking about just the little, cause bro, I have Graffiti Bridge. Where's the shit? Where's that shit? Oh, right here. Yeah, bro, I got Graffiti Bridge. I know what you're talking about, but that's not real dancing. I'm talking about Usher dancing. I'm talking about, you know, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, Prince dancing. Because that's what puts you in that echelon where you're an entertainer. He would have been way more famous at that point. I mean, not even necessarily like freestyle ability, but I'm talking about like being able, like that top tier group choreography. That's what I'm talking about. Because you don't have to be like the best freestyle person to be able to come across that way. That's like Janet Jackson. People loved Janet Jackson in that Rhythm Nation 1814 song. And the way that it all was. Like, Tevin Campbell didn't have that. He didn't have that. And I'm talking about Can We Talk Tevin Campbell, not Graffiti Bridge, because he was still up and coming at that point. The Weeknd used to dance before Human Nation, and niggas used to clown him before. Yeah, because he was trash. That's what I'm saying. If you're nice, people are not going to clown you. But if you're trash and you look like a goofball, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, I can't say that about Bruno Mars. I know Bruno Mars tries to dance, even though I don't give a fuck about him, but I've seen a little bit of him here and there to know, like, okay, you know, but he does black people, New Jack Swing, funk type music. All of that shit is biting off of black people. But Tevin Campbell, to answer your question, I was on my way to watch a friend's play, right? And as I was driving into Manhattan, I was listening to Tevin Campbell's, I think it was basically his first and second album, and I was just skimming through it. And I was like, yo, this nigga's voice is crazy. Like, and you don't get voices like that all the time. Like, he sings better than Usher. He sings better than I'm trying to think of another solo artist that I don't know, but you get the point that I'm making, because Usher is not really a vocalist. Usher is a good singer, but he's not, again, a Whitney Houston, a Tevin Campbell. Like, even Prince is not known for being a crazy vocalist. He's not, and he doesn't have to be, because he's in a whole separate category, because he does everything. He's an entertainer. You know, what's his name was not an entertainer. Tevin Campbell, no. Who's this female celebrity I would love to marry? I mean, I know you guys are gonna talk shit, but I would love to marry Lori Harvey, bro.
As you know, I'm madly in love with her.
Right, you
I can't be with her.
And the only reason why I would just hope she just has a personality too. Like, she's a nice person, like, you know. But yeah, so she's number one for sure. Lori, So Lori Harvey, Nia Long, and I hope you know who Nia Long is by now. Nia Long, Lori Harvey, Carrie Hilson. Oh my God, Carrie Hilson. Nia Long, Lori Harvey, Carrie Hilson. I'm forgetting somebody. I know there's another woman out there that I like, that I think is attractive, but those three for right now. Because the thing is, a woman can be beautiful and all that, but she has to have a good heart too, bro. She has to have that personality to match that, and she can't just be nice to you only because you're rich and successful.
Will you marry me?
I don't mean to laugh at your request, but you don't even know me.
That's true, but I know
you're extremely disappointed by only picking a wife based on how pretty she is or how beautiful you think she is, and not knowing whether or not she's going to take good care of you and, you know, be the kind of wife you should want as a man and be a partner. So no, I can't marry you.
Yeah, but you gotta get another one because she's my celebrity crush, bro. So you gotta pick another one. But Carrie Hilson too, because she's tall. And like I said, I'm 6'4", so she's Carrie Hilson. And Carrie Hilson's like, I think she's like in her 40s or something, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn. Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I would just hope that, like, I would meet like one of these girls one day, and then like they would just find me attractive. Like for sure. That's what I'm saying. Because I could love them all I want, but if she don't want me when I meet her, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because it's like you could be attracted to a certain type of chick, but those types of chicks, they have to be attracted to you. You know, it can't go one way. Like, come on, bro.
I'll Savor the City on TV1. It's my latest obsession.
Yeah, let me stop. Do you think marriage... Oh, shit. Do you think marriage is the best platform for happiness between a man and a woman? No, it is not. No, it is not. Because let me tell you something. It won't let me pause the game. But, oh, okay. All marriage is you're bringing your relationship before the government. And you're saying, legally, we are a union. Legally, we are now a family because she's going to take my last name. So that implies shared housing, shared finances, shared, you know, kids, all types of shit. Marriage is essentially legalizing love. Is legal love on paper. But you can have, you know, matrimony and a spiritual union without marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because most people, again, they go to churches to consummate their marriage, you know, but in reality, they say vows and talking about till death do us part, but divorce is still, you know, 45, almost 50% of marriages end in divorce. So what does that tell you? That marriage is not the best platform for happiness. Women feel like that because society tells them that. You know what I'm saying? But women who are spiritually tapped in, they know that you don't actually need to be married in order to be happy, in order to be united with another woman spiritually. Because there's nothing wrong with that. To say, yo, I want to be with this girl for the rest of my life if I can. You know what I'm saying? It's like most guys, I mean, I can only speak for myself. It's like, yo, when I meet a chick, my whole mentality is, yo, I want to be with her for as long as I can be with her while we're together. You know what I'm saying? And then if we go our separate ways, you know, fine. But I don't need marriage to validate how I feel about a woman. No, I don't. Which actor is better, Denzel Washington or Leonardo DiCaprio? Denzel Washington, hands fucking down. Leonardo DiCaprio does not compare. Sorry, not sorry. He cool though. I mean, it probably could be motivation, but it's like, well, you gotta ask yourself, well, why am I not motivated before that? You know what I'm saying? Because you're in a long-term relationship with a girl, especially like if you guys live together, you're already married. To me, that's real marriage. When you decide to live with your girl, y'all basically married at that point. Because now she becomes a part of your everyday life. Your relationship is then going to go to the next level at that point. Because that's a huge step. Your girl could be one way when you don't see her all the time, and then she's gonna be a different way when you live with her. Cause like, if I dated a girl and she tried to force me into marriage, that's a problem. Especially if she's the type of girl that like has had a whole lot of breakups in her life. She's probably not the marriage type. Cause I would date a girl for like 10 years, some shit, and then maybe I'll consider it. Cause a lot of guys, they like going from one girl to another because their mentality is just different. Because that stems from like, you know, the way that you were raised and stuff like that, like your upbringing. Because me, like, yeah, like I've had opportunities to do that, but in reality, like having multiple women is not as fun as people think it is. Or at least like the quality girls, they don't go for that type of shit. So it just doesn't work, even if you wanted to. And you know, cheating is bad karma, in my opinion. Get down. Go to sleep.